I sold heating and cooling, and operating a computer, it got to where I couldn't operate it as well as I needed to work on the bids. If I wrote out a bid, they couldn't read it. You go to hand a bid to a customer, and your hand's shaking like this, and it looks like, boy, this guy's scared to give me the bid.
Dialing the telephone. I got two sons in Kansas City, and their area code was 913. And I'd try to hit the buttons on the phone, and I'd get 911.
Essential tremor is patients who have tremor most commonly in their hands, but they can also have it in their head and other parts, especially the voice. It's very common to see family members having tremors, and depending upon how closely you look at it, you'll find half the family members in a family have tremors. If you look at even more closely, you can see up to 80 to 90%, depending upon how far you go down the family tree.
Even in grade school, I was having the essential tremors, and it is a hereditary deal. My dad shook, my mom shook.
Well, I've had them ever since I can remember, probably 15 years old. I had a handshaking, problem, and it just gradually increased over the years and kept getting worse all the time.
Nothing was working, and the medication was having the adverse side effects, and it was time to do it, or I was going to have to quit work.
And my brother got to doing more research into it, and we came up with Dr. Nazaro. We went up there and listened to a seminar that he put on, and after me talking to some other previous doctors, I was definitely convinced we were, in the right spot. I mean, this was the man we've been looking for.
If someone cannot tolerate medications, or the medications don't provide adequate control from their tremor, that's when we look at surgical options. And the most commonly used surgical option is what we call deep brain stimulation. In this procedure, what basically is done is a small hole is made at the top of the head, the size of a dime. A wire is put in the brain, and the tip of the wire is left in the part where the tremor actually is occurring. And this wire is under the skin and connected to a pacemaker-like device. So instead of medications, it is providing electricity, and that's what controls the tremors. So what we believe is that the cells where the tremor is coming from are firing at a certain frequency. And when we turn the electricity on, we kind of reset the frequency, and that's what controls the tremors.
Everything's turned out magnificent. Changed it in a lot of different ways. I mean, mainly the eating, standpoint, the handshaking. You don't have any trouble bringing your fork up to your mouth or, whatever, and dropping food off of it.
It made a world of difference. And now that I'm retired, I run 4 grandkids all the time, and that makes a tremendous difference, because each one of them have something different that they need me to do, and it's just life's a lot easier with being able to do it without shaking.